What's up, everybody? Rothstein here, Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, aka Michael Snackson. Today's Monday, January 26, 2026, 1/26/26. Please like, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, share the video. Just gonna give you a rant today. No sports betting. We didn't do too well. We didn't do bad yesterday, but we didn't do like great either. But we did have a winning day. And that's part of what I want to talk to you about. Like today, I just want to thank God for allowing me to grow older. I'm not old yet. You know, God willing, I'll make 50 in July. Granted, I've known people, personally known people that didn't make it out of their teens, 20s, 30s, 40s. I haven't made it out of my 40s yet. Like I said, turn July, God willing, I'll make 50. But I just want to thank God for the time I've had, because I'm glad to be old. I could not be one of you young men, none of you young African-American men in today's society, because this society sucks. Just everything, just from your entertainment, your rap music sucks. Like, these guys can't rap. The best rappers are the ladies, and they rapping about the multitude of dicks they've consumed. And then you gotta, so the girls that you go to school with and work with, they hear that as well, and they want to go show it off themselves, and you've got to choose from all that. All those loose boxes. Now granted, women of my age had to deal with, guys that were, trying to be whores and whatnot, and, because of the music they were listening to. But trust me, the music for the women is much more detrimental to society than the music for the men have ever been. But even that, you got whatever the hell's going on with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb, that somehow trickled over to damn Kwame Brown, the former NBA player. This shit has to be rehearsed. Anton Daniels is a motherfucker. I'm telling you, he got y'all good now. Now he's old Corey, but see, the thing is, this is why I always say, nothing I say is poignant, nothing like that, because it's just common sense. He's saying that Kwame Brown, caught a wave, and it's not organic that he can stay alive, so he has to get in beefs and shit like that, because he can't just keep an audience on his takes and whatnot. Haven't I said that about Kwame Brown? He had the best 3 nights in YouTube history, streaming history, because he was going at, the NBA and Michael Jordan, and he had the best flip ever. I'm not a bust. I bought my mama a house on a golf course at 19. How am I a bust? That was some fly shit to say. But at the end of the day, against your NBA peers, 6'9" guys and taller, you weren't very good. That's not insulting him. Those are just facts. No, I couldn't have done it. I'm not 6'9". I'm not 7 foot. No, I couldn't have done it. But if I were 7 foot, trust me, I would have gave you niggas numbers, because none of y'all can play defense. None of y'all had any offense. All it was who could jump higher. There's no way that a reasonable guy doesn't take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But nonetheless, let me stay off of that. I don't want to digress too much. But yeah, you young men, you have to deal with that monkey ass shit. Whatever's going on between, and you can't tell me that Anton Daniels didn't release that Corey Holcomb video. Corey Holcomb punching that woman, or allegedly punching that woman. You can't tell me he didn't do that. The timing couldn't have been worse. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You young men, you have to deal with sports personalities like, what's his name? From the Steelers, Ryan Clark. Like this dude, he's nothing but Jamel Hill. Tries to squeeze race out of every story, while all the time, try to put in his own, personal touch on it. Like trust me, I watched in real time as Mike and Mike, the former show, Mike and Mike, Golick and Greenberg, little morning show. They used to be on ESPN. They used to simulcast it on radio and TV. I watched them on real time give him the green light and basically give him the pass to be the next Amara Rashad. You know what I'm saying? But he's not organic. He's not organic. It's not naturally in him. They were telling him how nice and well spoken he was and all that old monkey ass shit. But it's just really not in him. His takes aren't that deep. It's just deeper than the average athlete who's just there to really get paid. They don't, no, Ryan Clark's story, takes aren't that deep, aren't poignant at all. And so therefore, with an ESPN backing, he's going to get some eyes on his stuff. But at the end of the day, he's no. Shout out the boys and the men, because we've come to the end of the road of Ryan Clark as a sports journalist. Who else? You guys have to take on Gilbert Arenas, whose whole shit. Like, remember what I've told you about Athlete Podcast? Gilbert Arenas' whole shit is Michael Jordan won all that. Gilbert Arenas doesn't get the off the court part of it. Why? Because he did dumb shit off the court, like brought guns to work twice. The first time they called him and suspended him. The second time they just said, all right, fuck it. You're losing your $100 million contract or whatever. And so that's how Gilbert Arenas' whole shit is. He feels like he's trying to act like he's exposing this and that about NBA media, this and that. No, he's just a bitter soul, Gilbert. You had a shot at doing something with it and you fucked it up. That's all. That's all, man. Let it go. Let it go. Be glad you're going old, like I am. I'm glad I'm going old. No matter what mistakes I've had in the past, and blue opportunities blown and all that type of thing. I'm glad I'm growing old. And I was thinking about that with my barber, who I'm going to see this week. But about 2 weeks ago, him and I were talking about that. Like, damn, man, you see me go from 16 to damn near 50. Like, literally from a young man to an old man. Other than your own blood relatives, mom, parents, and brothers and sisters and whatnot, who gets to see you grow old like that? One time the corner store lady, she said something to me about that one day. She's like, yeah, when you was a kid, you used to come in here and buy Now Laters and Jungle Juices. Now you're here buying Swishers. You know what I'm saying? Growing old. Who gets to see you grow old? Who gets to see you grow old? I'm glad. That's what I'm saying. You young men, I don't know what it's going to be like if you get to be my age. It just seems like it's just getting worse and worse. Some of these cats is worsems. You know what I'm saying? The sports, the rap music, fighting that. The finances, like, y'all supposed to look up to Boyce Watkins? Is that who y'all supposed to look up to for real? Like, this dude is the most supercilious. It's just, who y'all supposed to look up to? Who y'all supposed to look up to, young men? I wish I could help you. I talk a little shit on mine. You can look up to me. It's gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? Every time. But like, I really worry about you guys. Because I'm sitting here watching myself grow old, and I'm sitting here looking like these guys are going to grow old to what? To what? I don't know. Leave it in the comments, y'all. What What y'all? What should these young men be worried about going old to, huh? Finances? Should they be worried about finances? Should they be worried about the women as they're growing old? Should they be worried about, what about the community? These questions and more will be answered on the next episode of Soap. Holla, folks.